If you're hungry, that tomato's everything, man. That might be the only thing they eat for that day.
Fertilizer, yeah.
The Gospel Rescue Mission in Grants Pass has a garden that's producing thousands of pounds of food. It took many donations of time and skill to make that garden grow, but now that it feeds residents at the mission as well as those who are still on the streets or struggling to find a good meal.
In tonight's Sustainable Table, Newswatch 12's Aaron Maxon introduces us to some of the people who are sowing the seeds and reaping those benefits.
This is the first year they have had raised beds at the Gospel Mission in Grants Pass. They've produced an estimated 3,600 pounds of food, and it's obvious they're still going strong.
Strawberry, you know, strawberry is nice. Look, very fresh, everything, everywhere.
Strawberries in November. That's how good Bill Perez is.
See, very green,
yeah.
No dye.
His garden might even make Eden a little envious.
See, now full, look, everywhere, right there.
Bill came to the Gospel Rescue Mission a year ago, fighting an addiction to drugs and alcohol.
I clean, I do this job. It's very good for me, you know.
I've got Bill Perez out here every morning with a hose, and he's out here watering this thing by hand every single day.
Very hot, this one. I got a lot of jalapeno over there. I got a tomatillo. I got a cilantro, I got any kind different jalapeno. Yeah, I got it too many. Very hot jalapeno.
Once Bill grows it, it doesn't have to go far. A good majority ends up in the mission's kitchen.
This is right from my garden right today.
These guys could look in there and find something and put together some of the best meals, you know, very hearty. And very healthy, too.
3 days after David Stevens arrived at the rescue mission to kick an 18-year meth addiction, he got the job as kitchen supervisor.
Green bell peppers and some reds from our garden.
He helps manage the food that comes in and the cooks who work with it.
You get a lot more enjoyment out of making it fresh. You can see that when he busts out a meal, he's taking pride in what he's making.
Of course, there are plenty of quick options.
You still see the powdered potatoes, but when they have a soup or a sandwich or a salad that we made, all right, something big and hearty that we made, I can see they get more enjoyment out of that than they do out of like a slice of pizza.
Everything's always made pretty much from scratch here. Actually, mostly from scratch.
Resident Greg Cook was homeless and thinner until recently.
I gained about 10 pounds in about 2.5, 3 weeks. You get 3 meals a day. I mean, granted, you got to get up at 5:30 to have breakfast, but other than that, you know, yeah, it's not, being on the streets, you know, you never know where your next meal is coming from. Here, you know, you're going to eat 3 times a day, and it's healthy.
We're seeing a lot of people trying to kick heroin, a lot of people trying to kick speed, methamphetamines. It's like right away. The light goes on, you start seeing an improvement. The change is dramatic.
Greg might be joining the kitchen staff soon. He has just a little bit of French culinary training.
I'm a Le Cordon Bleu chef. I'm not going to step on any toes. These guys know what they're doing, and they're good.
It got it inside, the fruit. See?
And eventually, when Bill heads back to Puerto Rico to be with his family, someone will have to take over in the garden. As so far, no one has showed quite as green a thumb as Bill.
Maybe too much worky. It's not too much worky for me. It's good. I like it.
There's nothing more satisfying than serving something that you just grew right out of the garden. We have about 150 residents, plus the rest of transient traffic. They're hot meals, they're good meals, they're healthy, they're nutritious.
So much better for you, all from just good local whole foods.
My body's very good now. I'm fat now, you know, I'm skinny, you know.
The mission is serving about 5,000 of those meals a month, and they're changing lives, leaving a legacy, 1 tomato, 1 pepper, and 1 tomatillo at a time. In Grants Pass, Aaron Maxon, Newswatch 12.
And if you want to know more about how you can help the Gospel Rescue Mission's garden grow, or if you know someone who is turning their kitchen table into a sustainable table, head to our website and click on the Green Space tab.